Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my series on Software Inc. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to name our company QuantumNetwork Incorporated. We'll go ahead and random gen a character that looks similar to me. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I don't have a big burly beard like that, but close enough. And then we'll enable our hardware mod, and we'll come down here and we'll slightly increase our marketing ability. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to bump our starting cash to $20,000. And we'll go ahead and we'll pause this immediately, and we'll head right into build mode. This isn't going to be an extravagant building or anything like that. We're going to do, it's a little far up from the road. Can we get a little bit closer? We can. Let's do a 7x9. That way we have a nice little base to work on. The next thing that we're going to do is I mean, we don't really need to build anything into this room or into this office, but I'm going to. I'm right up here in this corner. That can be, that's a little small actually. So let's merge those rooms. We can do a bathroom up in that corner. And over here can be a lounge of sorts. But we got to be careful because we only have $5 grand right now. So I think that's pretty much all we're going to put in way of that. We'll do some windows and an outer door. Right on this wall, right like that. And of course we'll put one in the bathroom. And just like that. Then we'll go into offices area. And I think we could do a desk right there. We'll put down the comfy chair and our computer. Let's just click on offices real quick because we want to put down that because it gives bonus to everything, not just one specific skill. Let's see. Temperatures may vary in this room. Yes, that is a thing. And we will take care of heating and temperature regulation in just a moment. Let's go into reception. And we will add a couch along that wall. We'll go down into needs. We'll add a vending machine in that corner. And a water thing right there. So that's a nice little lounge. And we'll add a toilet in there. The last thing that we need to do before we get completely out of money is add that and that. And then we can select the entire building. Room construction, we'll do wood with that kind of interior and wooden floors. I think that's a wooden floor. I'm not entirely sure. It's not very specific on what kind of floor it is. And we'll go into the bathroom and we'll add that kind of floor. And then let's select the entire building one more time. And go into room colors, and on the exterior we'll do something like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. On the floor in here, we'll do the same. No, not the interior. Dang it. We want the floor the same color in that room and in this room. And then the interior wall colors in the break room. I think we can do that color in that room. We'll do a kind of like a light blue in the bathroom. And then out here, I don't know why I keep clicking reset to default style. Out here, we'll do like a kind of like a burnt orange. Yeah, I like that. That'll work. All right. So let's head out of build mode. And the first thing that we're going to do is, oh yeah, no, we are not going to develop software right away. We are going to go right in and we are going to take contract work. And logistics applications are going to be what we really keenly want, but we will also accept an embedded system one. So let's go ahead and fast forward the time here. All right. So there's our first two. Again, we're not going to develop any software just yet. We want to get enough money up that we don't have to worry about money later on. These are going to be a little late. I shouldn't have accepted 3 at a time, but we'll still get paid as long as we finish them at a decent level of what they want, basically. This blue line. As long as we get to that blue line before we release it, we should be all set. There we go. 36 grand. I'm going to wait until tomorrow. There we go. And then we're going to take on 2 embedded system contracts. We're not going to take on 3 again, because 3 I think might be a little bit too much of a workload for our guy here. There we go. All right, we are up to 50 grand. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of decorating now, because we didn't have the money really to do any kind of decorations in the building. And this will help us out quite a bit if we put a painting there. We can put some tall plants in that corner. Over by the door, we can add in that type of plant there. On the back wall, right behind us, we'll add a clock, another painting, and we can add a painting in the bathroom. And in this room, we'll add a tall plant just in front of the window. We'll add a clock there and a painting right in the center there. That's actually perfect. All right, so there's our office kind of decorated a little bit. I could also add a flower pot right there on that spot. I think that might look nice. So there's our office slightly decorated. And I think, let's see, that'll mess up the positioning for this thing. So we move this right over 1 there. That's good. All right, so we still have 52 grand. Let's go ahead and go into develop. And we're going to do a 2D editor. We have the money. We could do all of this. It's going to take more than a year to develop. It recommends 2 designers, 3 programmers, and 1 artist. I'm not too worried about it. It'll get done when it gets done. We're going to call this Q2D. And it's going to have everything in it. It's going to be default. The price for this is going to be, let's say, $99.99. It's not going to be any SEM for it, and it can only go on 1 operating system, but that's fine because there's 2.2 million users on that operating system. It doesn't need any dependencies, so we are good to go. We will go ahead and we will do a pre-marketing campaign for this. It's going to take a little while for the pre-marketing campaign to actually get complete, but it's fine. It'll also take a while for this to complete. So, and we shouldn't lose too much money. Our space isn't that big. Our rent isn't that large. Let's go ahead and jump right into the little mini game here. I don't know how many people you do the mini game, but it definitely helps production quite a bit. If you do it right and you are good, you can jump your production for any software that you are developing rather good, or rather quickly, I should say. Now, me, on the other hand, I am terrible at this minigame. The typing minigame that comes in on the... Yeah, I'm going to fail this. Comes in on the alpha stage. I am rather decent at that one. I can keep that one going for a little while. This one, I fail at it. I'm not really good at clicky draggy the connections. I'm kind of slow at that part. Although I'm keeping this one going pretty decently, which is kind of a surprise. Yeah, there it goes. I had to say something. I'll probably let this minigame little thing end itself here in a minute. But I want to try and get as much boost on development as I can so that it doesn't take as long. The other thing that we're missing in our office, which I just now remembered... Yeah, there it goes. There's the end. We don't have any bookshelves, so we're not able to learn anything extra in any kind of downtime that we might have. So let's go ahead and I think right on this wall here, we'll go ahead and add a bookshelf in there, and why not put one right in the corner. That's not bad. And then we should probably call in cleaning and maintenance. We'll go ahead and fast forward, and just as our guy is getting ready to leave work, around 4 p.m., we'll pause, and we'll call in IT support. And of course, IT support's not going to be able to do anything because I'm not there, which is unfortunate, because our computer could definitely use some repairs. But it's fine. So development stage here isn't going horrible. I am going for an outstanding product. That way, we can bring in as much money as we possibly can. That way we can get larger teams and more people added. When it comes into future of QuantumNetwork Incorporated, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do things. I might do separate buildings and go that way, that route, or I could do one large fuck-off building and make it a giant tower. And then each floor be its own team working on its own thing. But I'm not entirely sure just yet how I'm going to do it. Alright, we're at the halfway point of developing developing this, and we have 30 grand left. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take on some contract work. I'm going to take on 2 embedded systems. I'm going to accept them, and then I'm going to... Oh, no. I don't want to cancel Q2D. I'm going to just prioritize these a little bit higher than the 2D software. That way we can get a little bit of extra income. There we go. So now we have a little bit of extra money in the pocket. We don't have to worry about it later on down the road. And then when Q2D releases, we're just gonna strictly focus on marketing that and trying to get money in from that. Well, we've got the... There we go. And we'll call IC support in the morning. We're about ready to go into development. 2D is taking its time, but that's to be expected. So for our first piece of software, we're not doing too bad. The other thing that I want to do real quick is go into all companies, go to worth, and see if I can invest in a company here. 13 grand, let's do it. And 11 grand, let's do it. That doesn't leave us much money, but if we hold on to that money for a while... No. Quick, before we overdevelop it. If we keep an eye on that money in the stocks there, we'll see how much it increases by over time. Now, this is a really good way to manage your company in the early game. Is try and buy into other people's companies, buy shares, and just play the stock market. You can get a really decent amount of money from doing this. Right now, we're losing money on that stock, but that's mostly because they haven't done a release for a while, or they're just a really bad company. Hopefully, it's the first one and not the other one. So let's go ahead real quick and just accept some contract work. We'll boost it up over our main development process, and we'll go ahead and fast forward it. And get a little bit of money in so that we don't head into bankruptcy. These will get released tomorrow. And it looks like we actually ended up buying out. We ended up buying out that company, at which it happens. So if we go into our releases now, we'll actually have game engines, and none of them made any money. So let's just trade that IP because we don't want it. That wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. So let's see if we have another company here that we can try and invest in. Yeah, there is. For 50 grand, we don't have 50 grand, so that sucks. All right, well, we ended up buying out a company on accident. Let's go into the minigame here. I got fat fingers, so I tend to hit 2 keys at once. There we go. All right. So I kept that going for a little while. That did boost us quite a bit. We were like way down here, and we're already past the halfway point on development. So that should get into beta maybe next month. maybe about 2 months actually. But it's not going to take as long as it would have if we didn't do the mini game. So yeah, it'll go into beta next month. Maybe no, it'll go into beta this month. That's no, I was right. Next month. It is now in beta. And we can go ahead and release and start a marketing campaign on it. Look at that, $715,000. So we don't need to wait. Let's go ahead and go into build mode real quick. Let's buy a little bit more land out off of this side of the building. And go to wall. And then up here, let's take a room off up that way. And we'll merge those two rooms and those two rooms. And we'll put a marketing team up there. We've gone back to not also having any it's also unify the style of selected. Actually, that's, we don't need to do multiple colors for right now, because this building is only temporary. So, but let's go into temperature real quickly, and we'll add in another one of those, and we'll put one down on this wall. We'll put a radiator right in there. That should be perfect. Let's go up into let's go back into build mode really quickly and do some windows just along that hall, and we'll put one in here, just like that. And we have a break room. It's not amazing, but it's enough for what we're planning on doing for right now. We're not going to upgrade the desks just yet. We'll put a desk in those corners. I might put a window right here as well. And then let's do something like that. Let's go to cubicles. And we will add one on these so that they're facing outwards towards the windows. And again, like I said, I'm going to put a window right on this spot here. We could do one. We could just copy over the other side there and make it somewhat symmetrical. So we're going to put these guys down like that, and we will put computers for each one of these, and then we can go ahead and do a little bit of decoration on these desks. We'll put a plant on that one and a cactus on that one. That way there's just, there's a little bit of decoration, so there's an environmental boost of 200% for this room. This is going to be just for marketing. I'm going to keep it a one-man team for now, just until just until we really have a decent chunk of money. Now the goal here is I'm actually going to put marketing in the same team. And why I'm going to do that is because I don't feel the need to create a separate team. So we can hire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can hire 5 marketers. So let's go hire 5 marketers and get them. We want to spend as much money as we can on them. So we want. These 2 are actually really good. So we'll hire those 2. We'll look again and see if we can't get any more amazing. There we go. So we can hire just hire all of those. Now our team should, an amazing compatibility. Amazing compatibility. That is perfect. So we'll go ahead and we will fast forward. And let's go into employees. We want to make sure that these guys are only marketing. And that should give us hopefully a complete day of marketing. We may not get a complete day, but we should also see an increase in sales now, or a decrease. That is fine. We have a mill, so we can go ahead and we can start designing our next thing, which we could do a computer. I do want to get into hardware. Oh wow, that dropped off in sales really quickly. Maybe we won't do a computer. That might take a while. Well, let's see. Let's do quality outstanding 1977 from Punch Corp. That wasn't that far away. Far back. So if we do that, that'll give us the ability for an outstanding. So we're going to be limited to great. That's interesting that, that's 1975. That's why. So the most recent great is 1981. It didn't sell amazing, but it did sell 111 units. And it still has an active user base. So we'll use that one. Again, we're going to be limited to great. In 1978, an outstanding case came out. And it sold like hotcakes, so we're going to do it. Let's go into here, into memory, outstanding. Let's see, when did that come out? 1970. We got one from 1975. I want to try to avoid using really old hardware, so I'm going to do the 1982 is great, but we're already limited to great, so that's fine. Let's go to year release, 1982. Yeah, these are all great. So we'll do that. And that should be good. What you know what? We'll call it Q power. Q_power. And then it's gonna take less than a year to do this, so this will work out for us in the long run. We're gonna set the price at $99.99 because we don't need the extra few change or whatever that other one was, $7 and some change. So we'll do pre-marketing. Yeah, I realize that. That's why the only people that are on that project is me. Everybody else is just marketing. So we'll go like that. Also, where am I? Have I already left? No, that's me. Alright. I want to assign myself to that desk. Assign furniture to that desk. And then we want to go to here. I wish I could select multiple roles. I might have to move these guys into their own team. I don't really want, because it's going to slow down that. So let's do that. Let's just do it. Manage teams. For now, we will just marketing team, add, and then we'll go here. We'll select these guys. We'll change team, marketing. And then we will reassign that and that. There we go. And then in here we will call maintenance, call cleaning, and call IT support. That way development doesn't get really halted here. Now hopefully Q Power brings us in enough money. If it can bring us enough money in, what we'll do is we'll send everybody home for a day, and we will rebuild the building from the ground up. So we'll go ahead one more time, and we'll call in cleaning and maintenance. I think this is going to be the end of marketing for Q2D. Because vacation typically yields bad publicity for, we're not going to spend any money on marketing that anymore. Sales don't usually go back up after they started going down, so we can just set them focused completely on marketing for Q Power. And this should be decent. We should get a decent amount of profit off of Q Power. We are paying licensing for that and whatever royalties that come with that. But shouldn't be too bad. And there we go. It is now ready to go into alpha. This is looking like it might have a 1984 release. Unless, let's try and boost production with the word typing minigame. All of our marketers wanted an increase, which screwed us over on our little minigame there. And there we go. Alright, so it is going to get a 1984 release. But it's not too horrible. We were able to boost it just enough that it's not going to take as long. And that is ready to now go in beta. And we can go ahead and release. We won't get a full day of marketing on it. Actually, yeah, it's fine. I already clicked the release button. So, what's that? 2 million on our first overnight, plus whatever we get in marketing today. It's not a full day of marketing, so we actually lost money. It's now down to 1.6, which is fine because that leaves us enough money that we can reconstruct the building. Wow, it's dropping off in sales really quickly. What's happening here? All software. Let's go over here, and we'll go to release. What came out? We have a case, a monitor, a CMS, games. There's Q Power. No other computer came out. New processor, memory, and case came out, and storage, but no new computer. 1983, a computer came out. It's not selling as good as I thought it would. We sold 60,000 units. Let's look at our releases. Our computer has sold 60,000 units, 36 active users. We made 4 million on it, almost 5. Well, that's unfortunate that it's dropping off so quickly. Let's look at upcoming releases. Does anybody have computer? Yeah, that might be why. There are computer 1984. There's another computer releasing in October. And there's one releasing in December. So there's 2 other computers releasing. That's unfortunate. However, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the episode is going to end. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.